EternaLEnVy, they come in from both sides, but Dubu's got no mana, so he can't throw an Ignite, he can't throw a stun, and Febby didn't get in range to grab him in, and now the arrow that hits perfectly. Dubu's in trouble, EternaLEnVy a Starfall, and that'll be a first blood going the way of NP.
Got him. Yeah, Envy with a nice arrow, nice leap, good awareness there, and he needs that. You know, he's getting pressured super hard in the lane. He needs to get some kills to bring himself back.
It's kind of the downside about those two Observer Wards again, right? Like, you don't have any Observer Ward in the mid lane watching for the TP support to come in. All you do is you just watch inside the Radiant jungle, which is vacant at the moment.
Yeah, oh, and wow.
He actually got the solo kill?
With the solo kill, with the level 2 Gale, level 2 Poison. Not emphasizing on getting wards at all, obviously, because you can just stack reactive armor. Yeah, NP's doing a great job of emphasizing on the other two lanes, just because they know, like, the mid lane is kind of tough, even though they can bring in a couple rotations. Envy will struggle a bit on the CS board.
Another rotation. It's going to be a smoke move from Febby and Dubu. MSS stuck around a little bit too long, and now he's going to pay the price for it. So gets ignited, picked up, TP support, not coming in, so they're going to sacrifice MSS. He hits him with a level 3 Venomous Gale, even commits Fairy Fire. Don't know if he was hoping for that kill on Febby, and in fact, with the Venomous Gale,
he's going to drop.
He's pretty low, but I don't know if it's actually death. Febby, TP comes a little late, but he ticks out all the way in the fountain. He thought he might have been home and hose, but it's not the case.
The Fairy Fire, dude. That extra right click gets him the...
And the Gale, and that may just be enough magical damage to bring him down. The Nova and the Gale is ticking. The reactive armor charges are giving him the regeneration to survive. But is it enough? He's so low. 12, and he actually chains himself away, but he's still alive. Meanwhile, up on the top lane, the Warlock's going to drop. But the Fatal Bonds connects them up, so Velo not too healthy. Dubu moves into the tree lines. They're still connected by the Fatal Bonds, but no damage coming into the Ogre. The Fatal Bonds are still going to last a little bit longer, so it's setting up. Envy needs to kind of hit that arrow to make it work, but it's not going to happen, so Dubu will just have to sacrifice himself as, well, yeah, Omni Knight will take the kill on the Ogre Magi.
Yeah, MVP smoked up and tried to put some pressure to try to give that Aghanim Scepter. It boosted up so much with the Fatal Bonds. Envy now getting jumped on.
Yeah, trying to have a crack. Rose is in the neighborhood, so he'll start off with a Shadow Word, but then he gets initiated on. Both the Ignite plus the Blast. Envy with a Starfall. QO is dropping low. Remember, he's got the Shadow Word on him and the Fatal Bonds together. Envy's so low too. They'll find the kill, but Dubu can't. Oh, he can see uphill, and he'll find that hit.
That is a rich Ogre now, getting both of those kills.
They look for a counter attack on the bottom lane. FoREv. Real issues to run away from this one. It's not the Omni Knight which we saw from MP previously, where they got a lot of early levels, including the points up in Degen Aura.
Got him
but
again.
You still have that burst damage from Purification, plus the tick from the Gale.
The max Veno Gale.
Envy's preparing himself almost like the roaming 4 position. Looks for the arrow. Off target. Hero didn't see it coming, but the Starfall will connect. Envy still taking a lot of damage from the tower, but the damage into the creep wave is not enough to kill QO. QO gets the crit, but he's almost down. He drops so low and survives. The Fatal Bonds just didn't do enough work, and Envy needed like just one more hit. One more hit would have done it.
When he was put with...
Envy just came in range of the Tier 1 tower, at least its vision, not its actual range to get hit by. But QO on the run, the slows there. Envy gonna stay in the trees, listening to HY, but QO just wants to walk it off. If he can, he's blocked him, the Plague Ward holds him, he can Phantom Strike up to that range creep and try and get back to the Tier 1 tower. Savage stays on his tail. QO, he's not gonna tick out just yet, the Poison Sting does the work. So the kill goes the way of the Venomancer. Meanwhile, Warlock dies in between the Tier 1 and the Tier 2.
The PA kill from the Veno Gale. And now they are going to be able to get their own pressure from MVP in the top lane. They end up getting a kill on the Warlock who's rotating up there. But
he's TPing into the middle of 3 heroes. He's got Repel on him, so they can't stun straight away. But the Repel doesn't last too long, and they know it. The grab! He caught him with the telekinesis, pulls him back in. Envy, well, grabbed by the tail and yanked back into MVP.
That's one of those cast point things, you know? It's like... instantly as soon as the farm
but they should also see the tome on him, right?
Yeah, but I mean, sometimes you're not really looking at that, right? You're checking the list and you're just like, okay, it's 5.
Envy comes in through the rear. He sees QO. The tower is pretty low. Now the rock drops. The Fatal Bonds connects QO and Dubu together as that Mirana drops the Starfall. The PA evaporates. Even the Nova doing some good work, and the Guardian Angel allowing MSS to walk right in front of all of MVP. FoREv's dropping too quickly. Now even Velo, he's going to get kited out. EternaLEnVy rotates over. He has to infest. He's inside the melee creep. 3 heroes down for MVP, and Lifesteal is trying to hitch a ride back to the safety of his Tier 2 tower.
Said it a bunch of times. You can't really fight into this, you know, into all these ultimates, even with the Guardian Angel on top too. Like,
oh, this is nice. Febby stole Purification, so he can help out Velo to get him back. Oh, he just purified himself. He didn't actually purify the Lifestealer, so Vela has to go into the rage. Now they look for another jump in. As Omni-Knight going in very deep. QO back to the front lines. They want an opening. The Stifling Dagger slowing down MSS. Febby doesn't really have a lot to work with, so QO, they use the Purification and the crit into MSS. He'll drop down. The Golem's still there, and they're fatally bonded up again! MVP is going to be a double kill for MSS on the Venomancer.
So much burst damage.
And MVP, they're fighting willingly into this.
Wow. I mean, great plays by NP, though, they're forcing it, though. They're trying to push the towers, and they're forcing MVP to react.
FoREv's thinking about defending this. Oh, he gets hit by the arrow mid-timber chain. Support's coming over again. Envy, that Purification from Savage will do his work. FoREv needs to get some space here. He turns around with the stick charges, but it's going to be Savage. Velo, the damage FoREv. Good thing he didn't leave. He brought the extra deeps to find the kill on the Omni-Knight, but they want more. They want EternaLEnVy. But he leaps away, bottles up after bountying the rune. And he is home and hosed. Unless Velo has the movement speed, but you got leap off cooldown 9. Yeah, they've lost him.
Yeah, but still, like, that was a great play by NP, though. They just forced that engagement, and MVP felt like they needed to respond just to try to make sure that they don't lose this tower for free, but they end up focusing on the objectives, gets his Dragonlance finished up, make sure to do that, and yeah, gets the tower for himself. Good pickup.
Now, are they going to keep going?
Oh, did he clip him with that? He did,
he
but
did.
Yeah, instant TP. Should be okay in the fountain. But he's going to drop pretty low.
That dot is pretty fast when you got a Veil on you. And they're trying to keep him up, but Febby will survive the mid-tier 3 tower. In the meantime, however, getting ripped apart. He actually still
dies.
Out.
The max scale.
Boy. That's a little too much magical damage. Rubik will buy back into the game. They look behind themselves, and they just
lost their BKB.
They lost the entire courier. Maybe QO can get some kind of revenge. If he had the BKB, he might just bait out the oldie from the Warlock, understanding the fact he's dead, but it won't happen. NP very patient, and they find the kill over on the PA.
They led the in the meantime, but it might be a bit hard.
Well, Velo has his TP on cooldown for another 3 seconds, and he can come back. The damage to the tier 2 tower on top lane is substantial. And if Velo sticks around, he can probably take it. Mid lane, jump in, EternaLEnVy. Cops a lot of damage just trying to rip into that range Rax with AUI behind him. It's guaranteed. Smoke up from MVP back at the tier 4 towers. So maybe they can inch a little bit closer towards MP without them realizing it. Envy now gets pushed off. That's that diffuser blade on Velo going to work. The rock will drop. Fatal Bonds connecting him up. Febby is the Ogre as well as QO. They're all tied together. Velo needs to do so much work with Armlet Toggle, but he just can't do enough, or can he? He's infested up. FoREv will give him a ticket to freedom. But how much freedom?
They're still going to get the Rax. They're still going to get the objective that they wanted.
Still worth getting like 2 Desos in one team?
Definitely not getting both. Maybe the Lifestealer will go for a different type, but maybe just go for the Basher. Maybe he goes for the Deso.
Here the jump QO. That's a Lifestealer infested inside of him. Jumps forward, wants EternaLEnVy. They need the vision. The Gust pushing back the Timbersaw. He can't fight, but the BKB allows QO to break free. Goes in deeper on the back of AUI. They really want that draw, but the Fatal Bond's going to start connecting them up together. In fact, that was a Febby that stole that for the moment. Now they're retreating out. EternaLEnVy slowed down once again, but the Timber Chain through for FoREv. The damage. Envy is saved by Repel. He's going to get away, and MVP have lost 3. They just fight from the tree lines. Febby's in there with Rose as FoREv is also on the run back out. He'll Timber Chain away. Febby not successful with the TP. Marana gets just enough damage, and now is Timbersaw, the last one for MVP, and it is in fact a full team wipe in favor of MP.
And that may have been MVP's like best chance to fight too. They just got their BKB up. Rock was on cooldown, but they just weren't able to. There's too much of MVP have like a dust or anything, because it seemed like they weren't able to really chase out too well. They weren't able to find a focused target. And there's still the Aegis up on the side of NP, so that was probably MVP's best chance, but it's still way too difficult to fight into that.
He's dead.
Yep,
pretty much. Down for 30 seconds. Now you're going to lose the Timbersaw out of position, and this may just be the game. No Timber, no Ogre, and MP, they don't even have to retreat. They still have Rock up. They still have GA available. They can just go for a GG push if they want it, but QO, he's going ham. He wants to go for it. Now the Rock will drop. Will it be enough damage? They're focusing on Savage to try and stop that GA. It won't happen. And there it is. GG, well played. It was the last roll of the dice. And, well, the odds weren't really that great. So MP take game 1 against MVP.
Yeah, great laning, honestly. The lanes were really important for them. I think, obviously, like, Envy struggled a bit.